Please note, this session is being recorded.
Hello and welcome to the Trusted Podcast. I'm your host, Blake Johnson, and today we're going to talk about something called a power of appointment. It's a pretty unique and niche thing, not too common that you see within wills and trusts. And so I just wanted to address that in case it ever comes up that you have that power, or that it might be a way to answer a problem, or something that you want to do with your estate planning. And so with a power of appointment, basically within your document, whether it's a will or a trust, you can appoint somebody, you can give somebody that power. So you can either give yourself that power within a document to appoint somebody as the beneficiary of your trust or your will. You can make it so that you give that power to another person to make the decision about who is going to have the be able to distribute the assets upon your passing. And it could also be that somebody has the power of appointment to appoint who the trustee is, who the executor is, who is going to be a trust protector, any of those different roles that are out there. So let's start with the most basic power of appointment. Typically within your trust, you may say who you want your kids to be the beneficiaries of your trust. And we'll probably say that we want it to stay within the trust upon your passing. We just divide it equally amongst the kids. And when you pass away, it's divided, and they each take over as trustee of their share. And that's a pretty common thing we do, because we don't want it to go into the individual names, because if we do, then it might be subject to lawsuits and creditors and divorce and any of those things. Whereas if it stays in the trust name, it is protected from all those things. But you don't know who your child wants to leave as their beneficiary. And so your default is, you say, all right, it's going to be, if they pass away, it goes to their kids, my grandkids, and that's the standard default. But you may leave a power of appointment in there for them, so that they can, within the trust, appoint somebody else to be the beneficiary. So if they don't have kids, but they want to leave it to, nieces and nephews, or maybe they want to leave it to their spouse because they've been married for 50 years, and so they trust them, and that's what they want to do. So that's one of the ways that you can use the power of appointment. Another way is a similar situation like that, except for within a will. You say, all right, in your will, I leave it to this person, or they have the power of appointment to appoint anybody to be the beneficiary of my estate. And so maybe it doesn't make sense for them to inherit, or they don't want to take the inheritance, but they want to be able to appoint who gets it. That's where the power of appointment can come into play. Now, another place that probably the most common place we see the power of appointment after this traditional one is within irrevocable trusts. So we set up irrevocable trusts either for asset protection planning, or for estate planning or estate tax planning. And because of that, you have to get the assets out of your name. You have to give up the ability to change who the beneficiaries are. So a lot of people don't like that, because that means, what if one of my kids really makes me mad and I don't want them to be the beneficiary, or I named a charity and I don't like them anymore, or the school that I was going to name as the beneficiary is not the school that I want it to go to, because they've changed the way they handle things. And so you want to leave some flexibility in there. And now typically the power of appointment that you can leave can't be to yourself in this situation. Certain trusts you can, but for the most part, you can't be the decision maker, because it negates the gift that you're trying to get out of your estate. So that usually we give that power of appointment to somebody else that you do trust, to change who the beneficiaries are. And so that might be the trustee, that might be the trust protector, and that's where the power of appointment can come in handy there. And sometimes we want to have that power of appointment left to you, because we're trying to make it a non-complete gift, because we're trying to make sure that actually still part of your estate, but it's getting the income tax out of your estate. That's called a NING, or if it's in Nevada, an incomplete non-grantor trust. And so by leaving that power of appointment, you don't make a completed gift. So it's still in your estate for estate planning purposes, so that the beneficiaries get a step up in basis when you die, but the income is assigned to somebody else. So that's another really complicated one, but that just shows you a different way that the power of appointments can work as far as who the beneficiaries are. And then, like I said before, you can also use the power of appointment left to a trustee or a trust protector to decide, who can be in which role. So whoever has the power of appointment can change out who the trust protector is. They can change out who the trustee is, and they have that power to appoint whoever they see fit to act in that role. So a couple of different options with power of appointment. It's a fairly unique thing. It's not used all that often, but it can be a useful tool as part of your estate planning purpose to keep things flexible. Even though we're doing irrevocable trusts, or we don't know the outcome or how things are going to play out at this point, but it gives you the flexibility so you can get the plan in place now and have the flexibility that you want down the road. So thanks for listening in today for the Trusted Podcast. As always, please like, subscribe, make sure you get the latest content from the podcast. And as always, we would love your review to let us know how we're doing, and then reach out, contact trustedepa.com, and let us know what other topics we can cover here on the Trusted Podcast. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.